Hello and welcome to another video on Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, Swamp Swimmer, and with me is just the cornucopia of ninth age excellence on this video call is here. I'm just gonna introduce the beast from Sacramento, Josh. How's it going?
Doing all right, man. Glad to be here.
And the man running the tournament himself, Red River Rumble TO Rowe, joining us direct from OKC.
That's right, man. And cheers. Happy National Margarita Day, man. So glad we got the chance to actually do this, man. Looking forward to it.
So today we're doing the list review of all the list and the Red River Rumble, which is this weekend in OKC. And also round one matchups.
That's right.
So let's just jump right into it.
All right.
There we go. The first list we got to review is Keith Rambo. Rambo, is that pronounced correctly?
He's Rambo. Yeah, he's a transplant from Canada.
Okay.
Moved here with his wife to Oklahoma City last year ish. Long time, I think, a 40K player. Played some fantasy, but he got in touch with us one day. He's been a solid gamer. Solid guy, with this whole COVID, haven't got to play a whole lot, but he was in last year's Red River Rumble. I think that was his first GT in a long time. He runs Demons, and he's been stuck on that there Tyranny of Demons. So
okay, he's in the NID models. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it's an interesting list too. He's got double Omen of Savar.
Yeah. I think I played this list or a variant of it. I remember having those two big Omen of Savar guys. Tough, but it's kind of like the eggs in one basket approach. He's got the two big guys and then not much else after that. So I remember focusing on trying to get those two guys out, and I was able to.
Omen's the ones that are really good in duels. Yeah, they're in duels. They get lethal strike and multi-wound twos, so they're gonna,
right. Yeah.
Oof. Just character killing galore.
Yeah, and then the one, the Wizard Master has thaumaturgy, stiff upper lip. What does that one do? I can't remember what
that minimize break test.
Okay.
Okay.
Which helps with demons, which really helps with demons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. He's got 2 blocks of 22 Myrmidons, 2 Hope Harvesters, Engine of Damnation. That's the chariot that shoots. Is that right?
I'm looking at you on that, Josh. Is that right?
Josh, answer the questions.
All signs point to yes. My 8-ball says go for it.
Hope Harvester, Engine of Damnation. It gets a bigger base. It gets 1 more HP, 1 more resilience. It just becomes bigger, and it's a war platform. So it's going to go in those 2 units.
So it is that chariot or not?
No, it is that chariot that shoots. But then Engine of Damnation, which is the upgrade, is which he did for both of them, is just makes it humongous and big and much more tough, and makes it a war platform so you can put it inside the Myrmidon units.
Gotcha. Okay, so all signs point to that's what he would likely do with those. Put them inside of the Myrmidons.
And then
their march is set to 15 as well. I just looked at it, so they get pretty quick after that.
Movement 15, is that what you said?
March 15,
yeah.
Wow.
So he could pop that out of the unit and block stuff, but
yeah.
And then he's got 2 Blazing Glories, 1 with Horn of Hubris, which I have no idea what that one is.
Horn of Hubris. Let me see here.
Horn of Hubris.
I like how prepared we were for this, man.
Well, you got to have the double Blazing Glory. That is literally obligatory.
Yeah, Blazing Glories they're balls. They're so good.
So hold on. What are those? Large beasts, 50 by 50?
They're the ones that start with offensive, defensive 10, and each wound they take, it takes away 2 offensive and 2 defensive.
Yeah, I think they're on 50s.
Gotcha. No. So you got to start with those horns of hubris. What did we say that?
I'm still.
So Vanguard.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Vanguard 6. So one of them has that can Vanguard. So basically he has
even faster.
He's got 2 big blocks with the the Hope Harvesters in them, shooting and being super tough. The 2 crazy big Ominous Avars, and then 2 Blazing Glories. So it's like a small unit count list. And he only has 2 scoring, which I just realized.
Yeah, but tough. I mean,
yeah, but those units are balls.
Task of taking all that out. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see who Keith's facing. He is facing the one, the only Noble.
Noble. So he's got these turds. I do know this one. Okay.
Noble said he wanted to jump on the call, but he let us down. He has to work and stuff. So.
Triple Cyclops. Look at this.
What a loser.
He's got the Soothsayer General on Evocation, which is unique. Dark Rain, Seed of the Dark Forest. He's got a BSB Beast Chieftain, which is basically naked. Oh, he's got Talisman of the Void and Wild Form, so he's got +1 toughness.
He said basically naked.
Basically naked. He doesn't have. That's the only defensive magic item he has. He's got 3 Raiding Chariots. He's got 16 Wild Horns that are ambushing.
I would hope so.
Well,
yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. After Blackwing. So they got Blackwing Totem gives them movement a little. Yeah.
Yeah, and then another unit of 16 ambushing, and then 2 big blocks Ascent of Minotaurs with Banner of Speed.
Attaboy. That's what there you go, Josh. That's what I'm talking about. Attaboy.
Josh's go-to, the Minotaur blocks.
Like we talked about for Keith's list, the double Blazing Glories. You start with that, then build around it.
Yeah.
With these herds,
double
you start
Minobus.
with 2 Minotaurs and then build around them. That's how you do that, man.
So the double Minobus, double Minotaur units with Banner of Speed and the Razor Tusk Chariot next to them.
So they're going 6, 7. They can charge 16.
And theoretically, he could put the Black Wing on him,
which is D3 +1.
This is just this is the slingshot army. It's trying to slingshot those Minotaurs into you.
Yep.
And then triple Cyclops.
I can't remember. Sorry, for the Razor Tusk Chariot, is it 1 for each?
No, it's if you're in 6 inches of either of them, you get +1 inch to the charge.
So it doesn't stack. Okay, all right. And then the 3 Cyclops, man.
I mean, I kind of like it because it's going to put a little pressure on you to try to get into him because he does have some shooting. I mean, I guess
it's kind of like a backline wave too. Like if you get through the first waves and they break upon the rocks, as it were. Mm-hmm. Here come the Cyclops talking about like I can still do this.
He did say he was definitely banking on. Well, after the last tournament we played, he wanted to start with 3 Cyclops. So it looks like he found a way to get those all in.
Like they're so swingy though. Like you roll that one and then it's misfires and it's gone.
True. But I mean, Noah Noble, how he plays, sure he likes to win. He's a good player, but I mean, that's part of the fun for him if they drop a rock on themselves or something like that.
I like both lists. They're both unique lists. Give me a prediction. Who's going to win between these 2?
Well,
there's no Eye of the Beast, so that's a plus in the favor of the defense.
So, I'll give mine first, Josh, and I'll pass it to you here. But so this first match is a grudge. It's a grudge, actually.
Okay.
And Keith grudge Noble. And I think that just stems back from we've been trying to get together here in Oklahoma City and just haven't had the luck. So he finally was like, I'm going to get a shot at him. I'm grudge you. I challenge you to a duel. Now he's just got to slap
him in the face.
I prefer the iron gauntlet slap as opposed to the leather glove slap. I think it's just more effective.
They're 2 unique lists, like you said. I can see it going either way. I'm going to say that Keith has the extra motivation because he set down the grudge, man. So I think those 2 omens are going to do some good for him. I think that he's going to I give him the nod in this first game.
Okay. Josh?
Oh, I mean, not that I'm biased. I think that the nice thing about this is you've got a dueling list without anybody to really duel. Right? What are you gonna duel? A whole unit of Minotaurs? Like, yeah, let's see how that works.
Yeah, that's true. His Ominous Avars are gonna be a little bit lost. Yeah.
Right? So the catch here is that I think he has more scoring um,
Yeah, definitely.
than Keith does. That Noble has more scoring than Keith does, and I think if done properly, the two just collide, right, and then just like the dust settles, and then the Cyclops kind of come wandering in and clean up what's left. So that's
Yeah.
I don't mind Noble's chances here. I think I'm going with Noble on this one.
All right. All right.
Because the Ominous Savars can hide in the units, right? So like they can't be hit by those Cyclops rocks. Oh, I think it's a really swingy matchup. And I got to go with my love. I'm going with Beast Herds. Come on now.
Beast herds. All
Yeah.
right.
And plus, I know Noble, and I know he's got all the power behind the dice any one man can have. So I'm going for Noble.
Got you. All right. So 2-1. Noble on that one. All right.
All right, let's move on here. Let's see. Dennis LaValle. I am very pleased to see him at this tournament. I've played Dennis a few times. He's from Texas, right?
He is initially he has actually moved out to South Carolina.
Okay.
When he signed up, I asked him if he was going to be bringing Pete, but Pete actually did email, said he's got some other stuff going, but he's going to get back in the scene. But that's when he said he moved to South Carolina. He's been itching for some 9th aid, so he's making it out, man.
Yeah, but basically every tournament I was at with Dennis, we ended up playing each other. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. Always playing Vermitstorm, too. Really nasty.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we got a Plague Patriarch on a Pendulum, Plague Flail, Lucky Charm. He's adept on occultism. He's got a Machinist with pistols and a multifocal eye piece. What does that do?
I'm on it.
That's the most cyberpunk piece of equipment I've ever heard of.
He's got a naked BSB. He's got a big block of Plague Brotherhood, which is where the Pendulum's going to go. 31 Rat at Arms, 30 Rat at Arms, 30 Rat at Arms. So that's 4 big blocks of rats. 2 Meat Grinders, obviously going in one of those Rat at Arms units. A cannon, a catapult, a dreadmill, 3 weapon teams, a rotary gun, a naphtha thrower, and a globe launcher, and then 2 A-bombs to just polish it off.
Yep.
That's a pretty nasty list. That is big blocks and then A-bombs. Yeah.
Yeah. So the multifocal eyepiece. Start of each shooting phase, you can choose a weapon team within 3 inches. For the duration, it's +1 to hit shooting attacks.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So he's going to keep those guys very close to the weapon teams. It is a very tough list. This also was a grudge match too. He seen the Asklanders, the Viking. He asked.
Oh, you're giving away all my surprises. So Red River Rumble is allowing supplemental lists, which was going to be the big surprise, but don't worry. But I like this list. Josh, what do you think of it?
The big surprise at Red River Rumble with the amount of drinking that happens for anyone who's never been there before. What have I gotten myself into? How is my liver going to survive this?
The bar always wins.
If you're facing rats, there's 3 different variations, right? There's just ultra shooty. There's ultra shooty and fighty, and then there's ultra shooty and sticky. And I think this is the 3rd variant. This is, you got gigantic blocks of, they're not slaves, but that said, they're not, rat ogres either. And all the points got poured into the shooting. And if you have the ability to stick some units in certain places and keep the game where it needs to be statically, and then you can just shoot the rest to death, you're probably going to do all right. And occultism doesn't hurt in that regard. So this is a decent list.
Yeah, I like the
list.
And
if there is any fighting, there's these A-bombs. Like, I want to play. Pick me. I know this one.
Well, it's just like any of your units go into those big Rat-at-Arm units, they'll probably stick if he's running them 5 wide. And then the A-bomb just, whoop, I'm going to go on your side, or I'm just going to shoot into combat and kill everyone.
Yeah.
Freaking rat, man.
Oh, man, who likes rat players? No,
yeah,
no one likes them. All right. So
it's
Dennis,
a tough list.
Yeah, it is a tough list. I agree. Dennis is playing Tom.
Sorry about the spoiler there, man.
That doesn't matter. Who's playing Asklanders, which basically means none of us know the rules to this list.
That's true. That's true.
But is there
So,
anyone better to play Asklanders than Tom? Like, it's
Can you,
how
Ro,
thematically appropriate is that?
give me a little background on Tom as a player.
okay, so I will say this, and I know you're gonna laugh and you think I'm joking,
Wait,
but
hold
I'm
on.
not.
Pause for 1 second. We got John Pike coming in hot.
John, yeah, I've been texting him. He said he was gonna holler in. So all right,
All right, tell me about Tom.
okay. And actually, we can get John's input on this if he wants to, because he knows Tom really well. This is not a joke. I have been playing tabletop games for 21 years. I have never seen somebody roll as poorly consistently as Tom does. It's comical. You feel bad for him, and then you laugh at him, and then I've seen him go through dice after dice after dice. I don't know what it is. He's cursed, man. I don't know. You remember back in the 40K days, jamming the autocannon the 3 ones. He could consistently do that.
Just every time.
Yeah. So other than that, he's a good player. He knows the rules. He knows the tactics. He knows what to do. It's just a lot of times his dice don't. Mm-hmm. They're not in line with what his tactics are.
All right, let's look at the list here a little bit. We got an Asklander Chief. Longship Raid means something to do with ambushing, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right here too.
He's got a spear, throwing weapons, the Bajarg Fili. Why are we even doing this?
You said it.
It's Icelandic. You can't actually pronounce it.
Oh, who was that?
That was John. Just spoke up.
Okay. Yeah, John knows about Tom and his luck or unluck with rolling. He's got bad luck.
First time I played Tom, he turned a whole unit of Grave Guard backwards to face some ambushers 15 inches in front of Minotaurs.
Oh
no! So the Bjarg Fili, it's a spear enchantment. Attacks made with whose weapon become divine and magical and gain lethal strike and lightning reflexes.
Okay. So he's basically a tough guy on foot. He's got a chief who is whose paired weapon Berserker's Pelt.
Yeah, sorry, I just copied and pasted.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. Essence of Mithril, Symbol of Slaughter. So he's a killy guy on foot. A second Asklander Chief, BSB on a Dark Chariot with Death Cheater.
Death Cheater, okay.
He's got 35 Asklanders with Spear and Shield. He's got 30 Asklanders with Legion Vendor Shield hand weapon. He's got
I may hop in real quick there, Kenyon. So the Longship Raid that you're seeing on a lot of that, the model gains ambush.
But what other models in this list have ambush already? So he's not going to just ambush by himself. He's the general.
Yeah.
The Longship Raid lets him put him in the unit, and he can raid in with that unit.
Oh, so he can put any unit into ambush. Okay.
And then he doesn't have to roll either. They come in on the second turn.
So an ambush that actually functions.
Yeah, I like that beast.
It's like Beast Surge, but better. We got another unit of 16 Aslanders with great weapons, unit of 16 Aslanders with paired weapons, 16 Berserkers with great weapons, 16 Berserkers with paired weapons, 20 Huskarls with Raven Banner. Let me know what that is.
Okay.
And then
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And
I
then
think it is.
2 units of 2 Wargs, which are... I remember when I played Asklanders a couple times. Wargs were the jam. They were good. But I saw them being played in big units, not just 2 guys.
Attack 4, defense 4, 4 hit points, res 4, strength 5, 4 attacks. It's pretty good.
And then a Jotun was a monster. And then a
Raven Banner is Battle Focus, Fearless, and Frenzy.
Oh, that's good. Battle Focus. And that was on... It was on the Huskarls, which are the elite guys on foot.
Yeah.
And then we got a Marauding Jack with a Tribal War Spear. So this looks like MMU, basically. Some big blocks running around.
Oh, brought my mask off.
for the Jotun, however you say that.
Yeah.
Freezing Mist, flaming attacks must reroll successful to wound rolls. That can be good. And then also in base contact with it, Freezing Mist is -3 agility, -1 armor, -1 AP. Not bad.
So it's like it's a frost mammoth, but
yeah,
a little
frost,
different.
whatever you want to call it.
But
Yeah,
a little more offensive. Yeah.
But he comes out of the frost as flaming, which
frost flaming makes sense.
It's not at all counterintuitive.
All right, so we got the MMU of Tom's Asslanders versus the big blocks and shooting of Vermin Swarm. Who's coming out on top?
I'll let you take this one, Josh.
Well, I mean, the fact that you have larger blocks are going to stand up better to shooting, at least theoretically, than little blocks or single models would. And it seems like I don't know exactly what the armor profile is of the rank and file Askelander on an average day, but I imagine they're wearing some of them.
They're basically like barbarians in the Warriors list, right?
Well, which is bad for them, but
I'd
say all in all, I mean, it's I'm not seeing anything that the Vermin Swarms are absolutely terrified about, other than a massive unit ambushing led by a powerful general. So other than the one thing that could wipe them out, there's no danger, right? So like, that's tricky, man. I'd be very curious to see how that goes. I guess I've seen so much shooting do so much damage. You've got the flaming things, so the abominations have something to worry about. That's tricky. I'm not even gonna sing the song. I guess I gotta go with the plague monks on this one. The Vermin Swarm. But it's a tough call.
All right, Ro, what do you think?
I'm with you on that, Josh. That you put it right with the Vermin Swarm list, with it being the sticky kind. I mean, he's got the big units there. I think the plan is going to be they hold him up and then get flanked by the big A bombs, or like you said, shoot into combat. He doesn't have huge. Tom doesn't have huge units to help combat him. I think if everything goes right, he ambushes with that chief and gets in the back, and I think it can definitely help. A-Bomb will have a little bit of a struggle against that giant, the Jotun giant, but I still think the A-Bomb comes out on top over time. I could be wrong. We'll see. But
that's a good question. Did you say the Jotun had flaming attacks?
No, it's successful to wound rolls that are flaming reroll.
Okay.
And the A-Bombs are flaming, right?
No.
They're not? No? Okay, I'm thinking of something else. I'm sorry. So I still think the A-Bomb going up against the Jotun, the A-Bombs win.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We'll see. I think Tom has on his side, this is like the new quarterback or the new running back that you don't have any game plan for, so you kind of play him on the fly. I think he's got that going for him because nobody knows really how this army is. So
yeah, true.
It could throw some kinks in there for Dennis, but I think overall he's just got too much firepower for Tom's list. I'm going with the Vermin Swarm on this one.
John,
potentially his strongest move is just to run over to the other side of the table and just like touch all of Dennis's dice.
John, what is your call?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that because Tom didn't bring any magic, Tom's going to win this game.
That's a good point. I didn't even realize that. No magic.
Yeah, he actually, whenever he sent it to me, he sent the list, and then on the bottom he said, "Because fuck magic." So yeah, he's all in on the no magic for this list.
Okay. So 1 vote for Tom, 2 for Dennis. I go with no magic. I gotta go Dennis. Yeah, I'm going. I gotta go. I hate voting for the rats, but sorry, Tom.
Yeah, same here.
All right. Let's move on to the next matchup here. We've got Stephen Cummins on Dwarves. Ugh, Dwarves. Ugh.
Yeah, so Stephen is another player from Wichita. Rob recruited him. last year or two. I think they worked together. He's been a pretty regular guy gaming in there in the Wichita scene. So I think this will be his second GT. Also, he was in the Wicked last year.
Nice. Rocking the Dwarves, Anvil of Power, 2 engineers, one with a Forge Reaper, one with a guild-crafted handgun, a king who's his general with a bunch of runes on a war throne. He's got Rune of Destruction, so that's the D3 wounds. Maybe.
Rune of Shielding is the 4+, right?
Yeah. So just crazy strong king. A Thane BSB, a Rune of Fury, 2 runes of lightning, 2 runes of shielding. So again, just fighty. 10 clans marksmen with crossbows, 10 clans marksmen with crossbows, 28 graybeards with the rending banner, an organ gun, a cannon, 6 hold guardians with runic standard of wisdom. What is that one?
Runic Standard of Wisdom. I'll check it out.
And a unit of 24 Kingsguard, which is the great weapon guys.
Yeah.
That's pretty grindy.
Standard of Wisdom. Bearer may select a single battle rune during spell selection. This battle rune can be cast by the bearer and has range caster's unit.
So he can just cast one of the runes on himself. So he'd probably go with reroll the wound. Probably. Oh, it looks like we lost Josh.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. He'll be back.
I'll get on it.
This seems like a pretty cut and dry dwarf list.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at it. Yeah, you got the...
I like the double engineer. 1 engineer for each artillery piece is kind of nice. Both of them rune crafted. There, Josh is back. The rune crafted organ gun gives him +1 to wound. What does a rune crafted cannon do?
Let's see.
I suspect +1 to hit since it wounds on anything but a 1.
Yeah.
I think the cannon gets flaming or something like that, like magical attacks and flaming.
Yeah, I think it's flaming.
All right. I look at this list and I think it's solid. It looks like a solid, just kind of be there, be difficult. I'll shoot you, and then when you get to me, I'm gonna just destroy your characters with my characters.
Yeah, I've in all my years of playing dwarves, I've never been a fan of the Hold Guardians. Mm-hmm. I know some guys that swear by them, and like what they do, like what they bring. They're very defensive. You can take a punch, but I don't know. 630 points. That's a lot to tie up at 6 models for what they call them, special units. But he's got a way that he's going to use them. I'm sure. I just never been a fan of them. They haven't done much for me.
I've never been a fan of them either until my last league game, and a unit of 8 of them just destroyed my beast. Just wiped the table with them. But
and that's kind of what I was going to say. You need 8 of them. 6 of them, it doesn't do the same kind of damage that Minotaurs do.
Yeah.
But 8 of them will take possibly 2 units of 6 Minotaurs, just not at the same time. So they're decent. They allow you to go get it. If they're not coming to you, you can go get it. Even though if they're not coming to you, you can also shoot them and stuff. So.
All right. Let's move on to the next lift here. Steven is playing the one, the only Rob Navarez on Sylvan Elves. So please, Ro, give me a background on Rob as a gamer.
Well, kind of the same. We've been playing 21 years. He's seriously had every army that's ever existed. He's not only owned it, but he's painted it.
And painted it well.
And painted it well, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes in a week. He did a live update one time when we had some forums, and he painted an army in a day. And he just kept posting pictures, and it's ridiculous. But been playing a long time. I know that the Sylvan Elves he's gotten really, really good with, knows exactly how to play them. I believe it's his guy on the Great Elk. Yeah, he says that nobody will ever charge that guy. He will charge you. There's no way that guy gets charged.
No, you have to charge that guy. That's how you beat him.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. If he charges you, you're dead. But if you charge him, you have maybe a chance.
Yeah, So he's got it down to a science. He's played it a lot at this list. I know Sylvan knows he's been on. So I mean, Rob's a good player. He knows what he's doing. He consistently fights for top spots in these grand tournaments, as you guys have been a part of.
All right, so let's go through this list. We got the big old forest prince on the Great Elk, Curse of the Black Stag, Spirit of the Whirlwind on Sylvan Blades, Wild Hunter upgrade, and he's got a Talisman of Shielding. So he's just hits like a Mack truck. But we got the Chieftain BSB on foot with the Forest Guardian upgrade, which is pretty unique. He's got Shield, Light Armor, Elven Cloak, the Hunter's Honor Spear, that's the one if it goes before you, it gives the unit Distracting, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
Yep. Then he's got Willow's Ward, so he's got an okay save on foot, and he's always gonna give himself and his unit Distracting. We got 2 druids, both adepts, shamanism and cosmology with the Rod of Battle. I think this is unique. Usually people go for a master.
The Rod of Battle is...
That's the +1 to hit bounce spell in combat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then shamanism, he's going for the +1 strength, right? +1 AP.
Yeah, Awaken the Beast is so versatile, yeah. You gotta have it. And then after that, if he wants it, and after that it's just flexibility. Like if you're facing a shooty list, he's gonna go Chilling Howl. If he needs more attacks, he's gonna go what's the battle focus one? And the 4 spell. Or Swarm of Insects, which is a fantastic spell.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And then cosmology. So so this is really, these 2 druids is really just utility players. They can just fill in the gaps. 25 dryads, 10 Heath Riders. These are not the fast cap ones. These are just the regular guys, right? Yeah, with flaming standard. So this is probably where the Forest Prince is going to go.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it is.
23 Forest Guard on foot with Spear and Shield, Rending Banner. That's where his BSB is going to go. 28 Forest Rangers, which are the great weapon guys.
Mm-hmm.
8 Wild Huntsmen, Sylvan Lance, Predator Pendant. I don't know what that is. That's a standard bearer upgrade. And then 2 Tree Fathers and a Forest Eagle Chaff. I think this is a solid list.
Yeah, well, and like I said, he's got it down to a science, man. He knows what does what and where he wants it to go and all of that. I can't remember what it is, but something with his Forest Prince gives him battle focus. It may just be one of his traits. I'm not sure.
I think it's just the Wild Hunter upgrade gives him that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So
I think Rob was saying at some point he's doing 9 or 10 attacks. It's based on rolling 6s, but I mean he can do 10, 11 wounds pretty regularly by himself. I mean it's ridiculous. Overall here, like I said, Rob he's got this down. He's been playing it for a long time. Like you guys know, he competes pretty regularly for top spots in these GTs. Going against these 2, I'm going to go ahead and give my pick here. But going here, we set them side by side. Steven, he's got the shooting. I think that definitely helps against the army like Rob's. Mm-hmm. He's got the artillery that's gonna take him somewhere. He's got the king that's tough to kill. I think Rob's route here is kill it. Points denial. I don't have to go after the king. I'll kill everything around the king.
Yeah.
And with the movement that he got, he can definitely do that. I think the experience wins out here. Rob has got more experience. He knows what he's doing with this army specifically. I think I'm going to go with the Sylvan Elves on this one.
Josh, what are you thinking?
Well, dwarves are problematic. It's tough to beat a good dwarf player because they don't have to do a whole lot and they just sort of like win or tie. I think that I agree with the fact that the shooting is going to be problematic. But other than, I don't think that the Hold Guardians by themselves can stand up to the punch that's going to get thrown at them. I think the Tree Fathers or whatever they're called nowadays, tree elders could have some problems with the shooting.
Tree father. Yeah.
Tree father. But all in all, I mean, if you know what you're doing with a good solid wood elf list, you're quick enough, you're deadly enough, and as long as you're not shot to hell by the time you get there, you can take it down. So I would love to see. This almost looks like a garage match. Like this is, these lists were meant to collide with one another. I'm so excited to see what happens on this table. I mean, I got to give it to Rob. I fought Rob many times, and it's Rob took one look at my list. He's like, I'm gonna smack that list. I'm just glad Rob didn't grudge me. Like, I'm slightly concerned, to be honest.
One last put here. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think Steven has got a shot. Just like you said, you don't got to do a whole lot.
Yeah, if his artillery spikes, if his shooting spikes,
Yep.
John, what do you think?
I'm going to give it to Rob, but shooting flow the right way at the right targets, Steven can definitely win that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Rob, please forgive me, but hot take here, hot prediction.
Wow.
Whew, I think Steven's gonna take it. I think he's got too much beef on the table. And
we all know elves are vegetarians, man. So yeah.
Please, Rob, forgive me, but I'm going with Steve. But that's a 3-4 for Rob there. 3-1.
What's the first 3 rules of Warhammer? Rule number 1: don't talk about Warhammer. Rule number 2: don't fight the Dwarf King.
and that's I really want to see the Forest Prince Wild Hunter dueling directly with the king. I want to see what happens, but
I think 80% of the room just stops rolling dice at that point. Like,
what's gonna happen? All right, moving on. Kurt Armstrong.
3-1, Rob.
Kurt's playing Warriors of the Dark God. We got an Exalted Herald, which is solid choice all the way around. Sorcerer, General, Dark Chariot on Occultism, Binding Scroll, Death Cheater, Weird Stone. I don't know what Weird Stone is.
It lets you ignore the first hit.
Oh, okay.
It makes you ignore the first hit.
Makes you, okay.
So he's trying to protect himself from a cannon shot, a rogue cannon shot. Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, it's cheap, and if somebody's trying to pick you off, it's effective.
Yeah.
Just like you're running by yourself.
All right, we got 18 warriors with sloth halberds and rending banner. We got 16 warriors with wasteland torch. We got a chosen chariot with lust. 5 warhounds, 5 knights with lances. 2 units of 4 wretched ones and a forsaken one. I'm surprised he doesn't have what's that upgrade that gives the reroll charge distance for the wretched ones and forsaken ones? What is that called? Like I
want to say is that greed?
No. It's a magic item.
Divining Snout or something.
No. That's demons.
Oh, no, that's not even the right army. No.
I'll have it in a second. But what do you think of the list?
Sorry, who was that to?
Josh. I don't know. I'm guessing. Anyone.
I started looking up that thing. I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Yes.
So I'm running Warriors as well. So
it's Lord of the Damned. Lord of the Damned 18-inch bubble. They get to re-roll the random movement.
Oh, that's the random move re-roll. Yeah.
I'm surprised that's not on the list, but all right, continue. I'm sorry.
I really like the core choice. I think Sloth Halberd Rending Banner is at 18 is just the right number. I've got that as well. I think the chosen chariot that allows itself to flee, or no, not for Sibresh. Never mind.
That's Lust, which is.
I wonder.
No, that's Lust. Yeah. So they can flee.
They can flee. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's versatile. The Warhounds are chaff, and then. You've got the Warrior Knights and the Wretched Ones. The double Wretched one with the Forsaken one, that's so great. Because the Wretched Ones just dump out attacks. They're not going to kill anything massive, but they're gonna do so much damage to little stuff.
Yeah, they're just gonna grind.
Yeah. And then the Forsaken one with that 360 charge arc, based on the rerollable charge distance, even without the rerollable charge distance, it's not critical. It's still just this massive threat zone. You just put it out there and it just kind of like hovers till you get rid of it. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. I think having the Exalted Herald allows you to put the magic where you need it. And I think that actually makes a pretty big difference. And then you just got the Chariot Wizard Master in the back with occultism just blasting until you get far enough across the line to do something about it. So,
So are the wretched ones in the ones from the old edition where one of them could hold up an entire unit? I can't remember what they're called.
They're basically Chaos Spawn from old days.
But like Chaos Spawn on meth, right? I mean, they
have that 4-up save, and they're really tough. And then they do grind attacks, so the auto hit attacks. Yeah. But then they start grinding more each round of combat you're in with them.
Okay. And he's got 2 units of 4 of those.
Am I reading that? Am I right about that?
I don't think they grind extra.
It says grind E6 +1, fortitude 5+.
I'm thinking of the demon guys. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
3 wounds each. So I mean, strength 4, toughness 4. But I mean, they look like they can just grind. I mean, they got grind attacks. It's no pun intended. They can just grind. They can hold something up for a long time.
Pun intended.
I'm kind of with you on this, Josh. I mean, yeah, he can sit back with the sorcerer, kind of throw stuff out from the back. He's got a couple of things to help you got to get through before you get back to him. He's got 2 of the Warhound chaff units. One thing I'll say about Kurt, I'm going to say he learned the hard way, but he's gotten really good about using chaff and redirecting and knowing exactly how to put them. I remember early on whenever we were playing, a lot of frustration and stuff because he would be like, how, what? But I mean, he got it, and he's really good with redirecting and using that chaff how it's intended to be used.
Yeah.
And really good at it. He's got 2 units of the Warhounds that can definitely do that easily. I mean, at 95 points, that's pretty good for chaff.
Well, the wretched ones are chaff you have to be concerned about. The wretched ones are 4d6 +4 attacks. Like that's not inconsequential.
They're the ones he puts that in your face and then just hits your side with something else.
Yeah. Got the Warrior Knights there that can clean it up if he happens to get a flank or something like that, hold something up. I mean, those guys definitely don't suck. It's a good list. It's a tough list. I will say that he's been tinkering with this list based on beating Rob's list. So I don't know if that's going to help or hurt him. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if it's an all-comers list or if it's specific to Rob's list.
You heard it here first. Rob's list can be beaten.
Yeah, I like the list. I wish the general has Lord of the Damned or the Sorcerer or something. But I thought I don't know. I'm not sold on a Wretched One's units of only 4. I think they should be bigger, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm on the fence about the list, to be honest.
He's saying he thought you'd be bigger.
All right, Kurt is playing the one, the only John Pike.
Johnny Pike. Oh, we can't ask for his commentary. Man.
John, just go over your list.
Well, I've got everyone's favorite murder chicken.
So that is earned the name Murder Chicken in our circle. You guys have seen that in the kick. That freaking go, John. Just go.
It's everyone's favorite. I mean, it's got the Flaming Lance Majiggy. I forget what it's called.
The whatchamacallit?
I think that's the technical term.
Elu's Hardwood?
Yeah, no, that's the bow. That's also really good.
All right, keep going.
He's a 4+4+ versus magical, which isn't anything special, but he's got 10 attacks in addition to 9. So strength 6, he hits really hard.
Which is all right,
Yeah, and the Nova Flare. That's what the name of it.
Yeah, Nova Flare. There's got double dragon. I got my BSB is on a dragon. He's got Elu's Heartwood, which is a strength 5 3-shot bow. Deal with a lot of stuff with that. He's got a great weapon. That model has 9 strength 6 attacks. So I got a wizard on a dragon because everyone loves dragons.
Yeah, dragons are awesome.
So that's really the core of the list. Everything else is there just to fill in points.
I like that the characters are the core of the list. Not the core. Not
typical highborn elf.
I mean, it's exactly 50% of the list. So.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So basically, and then beyond that, you have 2 blocks of spears, 2 reavers for chaff, a unit of Rima Knights, some Grey Watchers, and some Queen's Guard for shooting.
Yes.
So I'll weigh in on this really quickly. Just about Pike. Known Pike for a lot of years. Damn good player. He recently joined the ranks of having a painted army last year. So that's right, man. Yeah. So he's
a lot of work that I didn't do.
Hey, that's all right. That's okay. But John, I think everybody knows he's a really good player. He knows the way around. I don't want to call it loopholes. That makes it sound bad. But I mean, he knows what to do. He knows exactly where to position his units. Where to position his guys. Where he's got the best percentage of winning. John's a really good player, and I know him and Kirk. They go back and forth on this stuff. I'm going to guess that you have the upper hand on him lifetime. John, is that right? You probably got more wins?
Let's see. Going into this, I'm not sure on the total, but he beat me at the last Red River first round. Then I beat him at the Wicked, and he beat me last time I was in Wichita. So that's where we're sitting right now.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So it's pretty even.
Yeah, these guys go back and forth. I mean, they're both really good players. This one, to me, man, John's got a tough list, as you see. I mean, we joke, but half his list is really characters, and they're those big dragons, the murder chick, and all that. They suck, man. They suck. I hate playing against them. But he knows what he's doing. Kirk, on the other hand, knows what he's doing. Man, I want to say flip a coin on this one, man. That's what I want to say, but I'll give the slight edge, and I'm talking about 51-49 to John on this.
Oh, you're just saying that because he's on the phone.
That's true. Yeah.
Don't hurt my feelings.
We all know who John's vote is, but Josh, what are you thinking?
I mean, I think that the Warriors are going to do better against a ground-based army than a flying army. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I want to give the Warriors the advantage just because Warriors, and I want to root against the Elves because Elves. But I guess there's some units in Kurt's army that are slower, and I think that that's going to be a challenge. I mean, the Warrior Knights aren't necessarily slow per se, and the Forsaken one can go where it's needed, but it's tough. You got those spear blocks to bait and tackle it too, so it's not even. Yeah, I gotta give it to John. I don't know.
Okay.
It's my instincts are all the alarm bells are going off as a Warriors player, like tough matchup. So
yeah, I think I have to conclude with the group also. I think the only real threat he has against your 2 characters, or your general on the dragon, is the Exalted Herald, and I don't think he has the zoning threat to keep your dragons in line. So yeah, I think we're all voting for John. Kurt, I'm sorry, I really am.
Yeah,
I will say that Wizard Masters can be used as chaff.
Of course, the best use of points.
I've used it as chaff.
Everything is chaff.
Hey, in the right situation, yeah, everything is chaff. Hey, so
those dragons have been chaff more than once.
I think on that one, Kenyon, that's the first 4-0 vote, man. Everybody voted on John, man.
We're all intimidated by John's presence on the call, so that's
no disrespect, Kurt. Yeah, but yeah, prove us wrong, Kurt. You got it, man. You got it.
Okay. All right, moving on. Let's see here. We got good old Devin Meadows. Still rocking his O&G. I love it.
Yeah.
Still going goblin heavy, and I love it.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. Does he have it? The two giant big brother. Nah.
Yep, yeah, at the
What was
bottom. The two giant big brother with wrecking ball. So they're the giant fanatics.
it? Yeah.
Those things
But
are amazing.
I was thinking of what was it that used to be called the Idol of Gork or whatever that was called. And they had that custom figure that was like a Ken Barbie doll, except it was painted green, and it was amazing, man. It doesn't look like he has that this year, but that model was pretty cool. So really quickly, Kenny, some background on Devin. He's a longtime player too.
Yeah, I played him a few times.
Longtime Orc and Goblin player. He played him last year in this one and also in the Wicked. I know he has a couple more armies, but he's really keen on Orcs and Goblins, and I think we have 2 or 3 Orcs and Goblins in this year. This is maybe the first one we're looking at now. But yeah, very Goblin heavy. Good player, great guy. I mean, dude he had his own shop a couple of years ago. Dude is just a big proponent of keeping the scene up and alive in the Midwest, man. So I'm glad Devin's gonna be there.
Yeah, I think every tournament I've gone into, when I've gone to Kansas or Oklahoma, he's been there. He's solid. I love, and he's a good. You're exactly right. He's a great guy. I like him.
Yeah.
So let's go on the list here. We got a Goblin King General, Cave Goblin King General, excuse me, with the 2 crowns: Crown of the Craven King and Crown of Autocracy. So he's got that 18-inch bubble, leadership 9 on a.
Yeah, that's being generous, but I'll check that.
with the Crown of Autocracy, I think it's 9. With the Crown of Autocracy.
Okay. All right.
He's got Cave Goblin Witch Doctor on Thaumaturgy and the Skull Fetish. Cave Goblin another King on a Nasher. Shield Lance, Supernatural Dexterity, Heavy Armor. So that's a hitter. Goblin Chief BSB with double up on the Green Tide banner. And then another chief with a bow and the Zappin bow, Mad Zap Zappin bow, which gives the unit Feign Flight, if I remember correctly. Oh no, the Crown of the Craven King give that. I don't know, one of the two do. He's got 47 goblins with spears and 3 Madgets and nets, and a Green Tide banner. He's got 45 cave goblins with bows and 3 Madgets, a block of 24 Nashers. A block or a 7 Nasher Dashers, which are the guys riding Nashers, 2 Nashing Wrecking Teams, a Scrap Wagon, a Gargantula with a Web Launcher, and 2 Big Brother Giants with Wrecking Balls. I love it. This is the all-out random move, just mass hysteria on the board. I love it. I freaking love it.
Josh, go ahead and start this one off. I'm gonna grab my son really quick, man. Put him in the picture. All
right. I mean, what can I say, man? Double King, Double Chief, double Goblins, big old Nashers. You know, double Big Brother. Like it's and 2 Green Tide batters. It's the discount double up list.
Yeah, I think it's a great list. I think it's a fun list. I don't know if it's going to be super reliable, but at least he's got the Goblin King with the Crown of Autocracy, so at least he has leadership 9 there in the center. I think he's just going to have to tank with his big units, and then everything else just go for gold, just go flying.
Well, I've seen.
Hey there, we got a little gamer on the video chat right now.
That's great. That's cool.
So cool. Hello. Yeah, that's what I said when I first saw the list.
All right, Ro, what do you think of the list?
Man, I used to play Orcs and Goblins. Dude, I'm with you. I like the all Goblin list. Throw in the Nasher Dashers, throw in the Squig Hoppers, or whatever they call them now. I've always been a fan of that list. It's one of those that you expect to lose, I guess, but I mean they do enough that they can upset even the most confident person, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because those squigs, right in the eye.
You got a Nasher in your hands right now.
All of those things that they can do. I mean, it hits you when you least expect it, man. You don't even know that it's coming. And that's part of the charm of an Orc and Goblin army, at least in my opinion. That's what I used to look forward to. Devin, I think in his situation that works out for him. And you know that you put the skill into it, you do a lot of that stuff, but I mean, you also got to go into it with orcs and goblins, like kind of, you know, they got animosity and they got random stuff that can happen, and you know, I mean, but that's kind of how you play them, man. That's the beauty of them. That's the charm of them, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. All right, and he is playing Matt Reich, who I had met before also, I think, at Buckeye one year.
Yeah. He's coming in from, where is he coming in from? I want to say Portland, maybe.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I could be wrong. No, man, it may be Midwest. It may be like Arkansas or something. I can't remember now. But Rob knows him also. He met him at, I think it was Buckeye. So,
so he's running ONG also, but just very much the MSU list. He's got the Goblin Chief on a Nasher Dasher with a Lance. A second one of the same thing. Goblin King. Crown of Autocracy, Destiny's Call. On foot, it looks like. Witch Doctor on Essence of a Free Mind, Pyromancy, and Thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Orc Chief BSB, Essence of Mithril, 2 Legion Standards, Orc Shaman, both on Shamanism, both on Chariots. 20 goblins, 46 orcs, 48 orcs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of 10 Nashers.
Yeah.
2 units of 6 Grotlings, 3 Orc Boar Chariots, and 2 Catapults.
Dude, that's a lot of models, man.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of models right there.
That's a lot of everything flying around. But I really think this is a benefit for Devin's list. Because he's gonna cover the whole board, so his random movers are gonna hit something.
True. All right, sorry, y'all. He's going too much. Let me put him up.
Okay. All right. Josh, what do you think?
This list, the last list appeared to have 2 of everything. This list appears to have 3 of everything. So we got 3 Chiefs, we got 3 Wizards, we got 3 plus 2 Nashers. We got. I actually really like the multiplicative 10-watt, 10 big Nasher herds.
Yeah.
I think those are extremely effective. You can care less what happens to them. They're there to die, and they just do damage on the way. So you run a first wave crashing of the Nashers, and whatever's left, you know, you got orcs and goblins taking care of it, and you've even got some shooting in there. So the 3 orc chariots plus the 2 chariots that the shamans are sitting in, that's a lot of extra, you know, if you make it through the front line, you know, firepower. This is an effective list. I mean, it's I've seen a few different metas where orcs and goblins can really, for lack of a better phrase, they can grab you by the boo-boo. So
grab you by the boo-boo.
That's what you came up with? That's what you came up with?
All right. John, you got any points you want to make about the ONG lists?
Well, the first one, I like the Big Brother Giants. Those are like my favorite unit in all of 9th Age.
Oh, wow.
They're just they're crazy awesome and crazy random, and people underestimate them. They're like, oh, just a giant. What can it do? And it smacks you for 11 strength 6 hits, and you're like, what?
What? Who?
And the second list I look at, and I'm like, there's a lot of models. There's a lot going on, and I wonder if it's going to get in the way. You got so much there that can you get your own way, and with those giants taking a couple wounds every once in a while, who knows?
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I think if I had to predict my prediction, I haven't gone first yet, so I'm going to go first. I'm going with Devin. I think the random moviness of his list is going to do work against this other list. That basically washes over the whole board. You know what I mean? Ro, what do you think?
Man, I tend to agree with you on that, Kenyon, but I think that looking at the 2 lists, Matt has just a lot more stuff. And while I think that is in Devin's advantage, to his advantage, because he's going to hit something, as you said, I think that's true. But then once you hit that something and wipe it out, I mean, guess what? There's another something behind it.
Yeah.
To Josh's point, there's more board chariots back there. There's more catapults back there. There's more orcs back there. I think he's definitely going to hit something. He's definitely going to wipe something out. But then when the dust settles, there's going to be a little bit more. So I think this one, just at least from the overall look of it, the strength is in numbers. It's a family affair, family reunion. These guys going to tag up. They ain't seen each other in years. And then I think when the dust settles, though, Matt's he's gonna have a little bit more left standing.
All right, 1-1. Josh, what do you think?
I'm excited about the orc on orc violence. This makes me happy and warms my heart. I'd say overall, I think Matt has it. It's going to be. I mean, he's got two very large common orc blocks, but they could have trouble depending on what they're facing when that you get a spider in the side and one of those giants left over, and you're face to face with a unit of goblins, and you care less how many you kill. That could be problematic. So it depends on what the board looks like once the once the first wave crashes together. I'm curious to see how it plays out and who's shattered on the rocks and who's kind of standing on one knee talking about have at you. So it'll be fun.
Well, you got to pick one. Come on, I need a prediction.
I'll go with Matt. I'm going Matt.
Oh, okay. All right, John, what do you think?
Right now it's a 50-50. I mean,
all right.
Matt has the tools to deal with some of the Devin stuff, but at the same time, it's going to be a twin cost because the orcs lose a bunch of stuff from the goblins. It's like a goblin on goblin fight at that point, provided nets go off. I don't know. It's going to come down to rules. So, but because I like the Giants, I'm going to give it to Devin.
No, so that means it's 2 for 2. It's a tie.
Wow,
I like it. First tie. All right, moving on.
Sorry about my in the background, man.
It's all right. Don't worry. We got Bluebird.
He's walking all over. Yeah.
She is running. What is that? Demons.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a courtesan.
A courtesan.
Centipede legs, iron husk, wizard adept on witchcraft.
So she's
living shield, and then a miser, which you never see. Abyssal armor, charge tendrils, hammer hand, living shield, sorceress antennae, wizard master on thaumaturgy.
I mean, that sounded badass. That's for sure.
I got about half of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Really quick, as I've been doing, Kenyon, let me give you some background here on Bluebird. So this is Sarah. This is Noble's wife. They just got married in December last year.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
She's yeah, that's right. Good people. Noble and her, both really good people. She got started because Noble plays, and man, I will say I have seen in my career of playing, the significant other starts to play because it's something he likes, and I'll do it.
Let me cut you off for a second. We got another visitor in the chat. Looks like Rob just joined us. What's up, Rob?
All right, what's up? I got like 5 minutes to come and see what's going on.
We were just talking about Bluebird's list, her crazy demons list.
Well, if it's demons, I'm already scared of it. So, demons are such crap.
We went over your list, and we decided you were going to win against Steven.
Well, I talked to him this morning because he's a teacher I work with, and he said he came down. I said it'd be a good first round. I said it makes you feel any better. I plan on being drunk when our game starts. And he said because he doesn't play that often, but he said I know you're just going to beat my army down and just remind me of all the things I forget because I always got to tell him I'm the one that introduced him to the game. I'm like, Steve, don't forget your grudge. Don't forget it's 2d6 times 2. And don't forget he's like, oh, I forgot that too. So He's a little rusty, but he's a good dude. It's gonna be a good game.
Excellent. All right, well,
Can I say something about undead armies?
go right ahead.
Okay, and this also applies to demonic legions or whatever the hell they're called now. I don't like how I've sent my best combat art unit at their unit, and then it's negative 18 to the test, and then they're like, I'm -1 for wearing jeans, -1 for rolling 2 dice, and -1 because I have a BSB, -1 for this, and then it's half because I got a BSB. Before you know it, you've done 1 or 2 wounds. It's ridiculous.
You're talking about the good old Vampire Covenant trickery.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But demons die the same way that undead do.
Yeah.
But hell, their rules even better. If you roll above it or below, it's like you lose 1 or 2 guys.
Rob, listen, Rob. We're looking for something constructive here. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
We're going over army list. We're talking about blues right now. She's got demons. Okay.
Okay. All right, talk to me. What's her lord?
She's running a courtesan and a miser.
I'm not 100%. Is that basically the Slanesh one?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Some sort of parallels, but different. And then the miser is the tough one, the super armored one.
Okay. My buddy Chris has been running that particular guy, and if it's a certain build, they can get the amount of attacks, whatever they're base contact with, plus paired, they can end up with 8, 9, 10 attacks, and it's like a lot of strength 5, strength 6 attacks. If it's the same thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
They get a bunch of bonuses for being in the flank, and she gave her centipede legs, so it's crazy fast. So that thing's just hauling ass.
Nice.
And the miser with the sorceress antennae and the charged tendrils allows you to do an extra channel and store up to 6 veil tips.
Right, there you go. So she packing some magic.
And then she's got a block of 30 Myrmidons, a block of 10 Imps with Spear of Infinity, 4 Bloatflies, 4 Veil Serpents, and then the obligatory 2 Blazing Glories with Bronze Backbone.
Yeah. Obligatory. Yeah.
They are obligatory. I agree.
Is it only the one unit of the Blazing Spear?
Yeah. Well, but plus the casters can both choose to take that as a hereditary spell, so she can get a total of 3 spears.
Man, that is. If you start stacking that, and there's really no downside to rolling 1 dice for that, it can be pretty pestering,
If your dice get hot, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then I found out, I thought it was just on that spell, but it's any spell that's cast, it continues to
it
get stronger.
Any non-bound spell, yeah.
Okay.
So,
hey, well, he's got 5 minutes. Let's Blues. Let's go to the next one.
All right. Blue is playing Joel Baccio, which is a guy from my hood here in San Francisco. He's playing Warriors of the Dark Gods. He normally plays Demons. That was his jam for a long time.
So do we have Warriors and Orcs the most represented at this tournament?
Probably. Orcs are at 2, Warriors are at 2.
And I think there's another Orc.
And 2 Demons.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
trying to see this list.
Joel's playing a Barbarian Chief with Symbol of Slaughter. So it looks like just a chaff piece. Chosen Lord with Wrath on a Karkadon, which is unique. I don't see that. A Doom Lord is the Army General with Halberd, Duskforged, Lord of the Dam, which is the reroll random movement. Spike Shield, plus an Exalted Herald. That's a lot of beefing characters.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And then 20 Barbarians with Thrown Weapons, 20 Barbarians with Thrown Weapons, 5 Fallen for Chaff, 2 units of 8 Warhounds for Chaff, 5 Forsworn with Icon of the Infinite. We've got 5 Warrior Knights with Wrath, and 2 Forsaken ones.
The Warhounds aren't scoring, right?
No, they're not.
The Forsaken one, I have learned to respect.
Yeah.
Those things are not bad at all.
They got that random move, and they're so good in combat. And plus, he has the Lord of the Damned, which is he's re-rolling, if he wants to, re-rolling his random move distance.
Well, and the
Right.
resilience 6 on those things, this is night and day between 5 and 6 is just huge.
Yeah.
And he's got a Doom Lord with that he can put in the Forsworn. That should be sick.
Yeah, I don't see Doom Lords very like Forsworn is when they die they come back as another unit.
Yeah, it's Forsworn and 7 years ago is I think it's something like that.
God.
They come back as wretched ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it.
Forsworn and 7 years ago, the Warriors, the Dark Gods beat my ass.
But see, did you see that? Did you see that one though? He's got the Chosen Lord with the Entropic Aura, and that turns off all enchantments, which can really, if you're not careful, that a lot of people depend on their enchantments. So
yeah, and he's on a Karkadon, which is interesting. So is he gonna run him out like a cowboy?
I can see that. Although I found our resident Warriors Dark God player, he gave the thing up because apparently it's only like defensive 3 or so. So like everything gets it on 3s and 2s. He was really frustrated by that.
Yeah, because he's got Wrath on it, so you get a +1 to hit him.
Right.
Yeah.
So Kenyon, Josh, this is the time where I can turn it back on you guys. You said Joel is from your hood. So what kind of player is he? How long he been looking at it? What's he got going for him?
Joel's been playing forever. He is also a really great painter. His Demons army is super cool. I don't know what he's planned with his Warriors because I haven't seen him in a while. He lives down basically in Palo Alto, which is just south of San Francisco here. He also is a great member of the community because he often hosts games days in his garage. And I've been down to his garage playing a bunch of times. He's a good guy. I was shocked to see he was coming out to your tournament, so I'm stoked to see how he does.
Well, and I want to say to Josh, thank you for the recruit, man. Dude, you got some people out there that we couldn't get the host of this podcast to come out, but I mean, whatever he's got, I mean, we'll let him go with it.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
We'll just have to deal with it, I guess.
So, no, Josh, hey, thanks for the recruit, man, dude. I think we got 3 of you guys coming out from California, man. That's awesome, man. To the list. I'm going to go ahead and weigh in really quick here because I'm running short on time.
Hold on, I'm running short. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. Y'all dudes be good. Let's have a good weekend, all right?
Take it easy, Rob.
Hang on, Rob.
Everybody.
Rob. Joel, Bluebird, who you got?
Yeah, who's going to win this matchup?
I got to go with Joel.
Okay. All right.
Go with Joel. There you go. All right, y'all be good, man.
Take it easy.
All right. So looking at it too, man, you said he's a new player to Warriors. What I was saying beforehand.
But let me caveat that with he's an experienced player. He knows what he's doing.
Okay. So it's not like he's going in there and checking the rules every time he's doing something different. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a new list for him. I think Blue, she's really has got into this game on her own. Like what I was saying beforehand, before Rob joined, is you see a lot of the significant others try to play because he plays, and so I want to be supportive. But Blue has really taken out on her own, man, dude. Mm-hmm. She's painted her stuff. She's made it her own. She plays, man. She's because of that, she has some inexperience, but dude, when she's won some games, it's not like 11-9, dude. It's like 20-0, man. 19.
She's crushing guys. I like it.
Yeah. She's good.
Tom killed 3 L's. 3 L's.
That's right. In last year's Red River Rumble. Yeah, she whipped Tom's ass, and I mean whipped his ass, man.
Oh, poor Tom.
And so that's Tom. What I mean. She's a good player. She's learning a lot, man. But I do think in this one, man, just based on what you said, I think Joel may have the experience on her. I'm going to go ahead and hand this one to Joel, but Blue may surprise some people. She's coming into her own and playing this game, man.
Josh, what do you think?
So I really like this matchup. The Double Trouble, Blazing Glory, and with Bronze Backbone. That's interesting. I was running them with Cloven Hooves, but Bronze Backbone gives him hatred.
It gives him hatred.
It gives him hatred. Yeah. And so like they're gonna, they're coming in hot, chewing through any armor. Like forget armor saves. And some of the warriors, kind of trickery is that they're all armored up. So I mean, I think depending on where she lands them, they'll do very well. And she has, two Blazing Glories trying to get into one flank with Fly, a Courtesan trying to get into the other flank, and everybody's blasting away with magic. And the Myrmidons can fight, though they drop quickly. I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning a little. So the entropic aura is a real problem if you're relying on your magic items, and she's not. You know what I mean? Like, what is the entropic aura is going to run out there and be like, yeah, and they're like, yeah, what? Just smack it. So,
True,
I think blue has a shot on this one. I think I'm going with blue on this one.
Nice.
All right, so you got one for Blue, one for Joel. Ro, what are you thinking?
No, I already gave you mine. Mine was Joel.
Oh, shoot. Oh, so we got two for Joel.
Yeah, two for Joel. We need John and you, man.
John, what do you think? What do you think?
I can't vote for demons. Sorry. I hate demons too much.
Oh.
A man of principle.
The hatred. Well, in that case, I'm going for Blue. Blue can do it. I think she has a strong enough list to get through all the Warriors' armor and junk. I think she has to be a little careful around his characters, his Chosen Lord and his Doom Lord, and his Exalted Herald. But beyond that, if she takes those characters out, I think she's good. But
I think it's almost the big fat unit of barbarians she should be most worried about. Because she doesn't want to get stuck in that, like, even though it's a squishy tar pit, it's still kind of a tar pit.
Yeah. I think she could, yeah.
To add to that, Kenyon, I've played some people who don't know really what they're doing, but by virtue of the fact that their list is just good, I've lost. Because I get in a tar pit or whatever, and I'm like, you didn't even do anything. Like, your list is just it's made to do what it does. But to your point, I think like Blue, she picks up on the tactics, man. She knows that it's not like, hey, I just have a good list. Like,
I got faith in her.
Yeah. She knows how to play.
All right. I think this is the last matchup here. We have Eric, Renee on Saurian Ancients. Finally, some lizards. So we got. Give me a little bit about Eric.
So, Rainey, one of the guys I first met when I moved to Wichita. Known him last year was 20 years. So, 21 years I've known this dude, man. One of the nicest guys you will ever meet. I mean, dude, give you the shirt off his back. He's been a long-time player. He's gone back and forth over a number of armies, although I've never seen him play elves, which, he's got my vote for that.
Yeah, just like a good human being. But
exactly, yeah. I mean, but he's gone back and forth. He's played lizards before. I know he's played some. I can't remember his last army now, but anyway, he's a great guy. Been playing for a long time. Knows some of the ins and outs of it, but I think one of his issues is that he just doesn't get the chance to play as much, as consistently, and so some things when it gets to a GT setting, they slip his mind, and it might costing him the game or something like that. I played him last year in the Wicked, and ended up I think I beat him either 17-3 or 20-0 or something like that, and the same thing, he forgot that this unit did that or that unit did that, and it's just from not being able to play that much. But good player. I mean, knows what he's doing when he remembers it. It's just the inconsistency that keeps him from remembering all the rules. And plus, let's be honest, it's a fat rule book of all this stuff. It's hard to remember everything.
It's a big rule book.
Yeah.
I'm looking through his list and I like it. It looks like a great list. So he's got Quaddle Lord, BSB with the Stalker Standard,
right?
Crystal Ball and Obsidian Rock, and on Protean Magic. So he's got level 1 for all of his lores plus Druidism plus the Hereditary.
Yep.
And Grasp of the Immortal, which is the extra plus one to cast, extra channel. That's an interesting, unique build for a Quaddle, but I think it's a good one.
And a longtime Lizardman player, he likes that Slan or Quaddle or whatever edition it is, dude. He's been a frog guy from way back. Yeah, he's always gone with the frog man. Yeah.
He's got a warlord with a shield with serrated scales, so that he has. That's a cool magic item. That's the additional 2 grind attack, strength 5.
Yep. Yep.
Heavy armor, touch of greatness, hand weapon, talisman of shielding. So this is just like, take some challenges, fight it out in the trenches kind of character here. He's got a block of 29 Saurus warriors with crocodile and rending banner. Solid. 16 skinks with poison javelins and the tree frog banner, which is weird. I'm surprised to see the tree frog banner on there because he's got the poison shooting and this is only a unit of 16 guys.
I honestly think this was to fill out the core.
Okay.
I'm being honest. Yeah. I mean, I think you need 9 something.
Okay.
It was just to fill it out. Yeah.
21 temple guard with rending banner. Gonna work great with the Quadalord in it.
Yep.
2 units of 2 snake swarms. Snake swarms, man. They're the good chaff no one knows about.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a perfect way of putting that, Kenyon. Perfect, man. Well, because I didn't play lizards last year, and I charged him with my unit of 40 freaking what are the beast herd guys? The Ungors or whatever.
The wild horns?
No, the
mongrels.
Yeah. And he's like, DT for every one of them. Like, what the what? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, dude, and they're unsung, man. People don't know about it, man, but they're good. They're good chap. They are.
Then we got 2 weapons beasts with both of them salamander, which is good. This is just gonna mow through some rank and file.
Oh yeah.
8 chameleons, Tarsar with engine of the ancients, solid. Stygiosaur, mystic traveler. Solid list, in my opinion. Solid list. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Josh.
Anytime you can use all 4,500 points, you got to say like, nice one.
Right on the dot.
Yeah, I mean, I got a guy, Daryl plays Saurians all the time. We haven't had many games with my new army, so I don't really know exactly how to play my army against Saurians. I like the fact that he's using the Temple Guard. I think if you're gonna go Quaddle, you go Temple Guard. You know, you got to go full Tree Frog on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Saurians with the Saurian Warlord and the Skinks running around with poison. I spent a lot of points on characters, man. I'm not real fond of poison. Nobody loves DT tests, so it looks like a good list.
Yeah, now I look at it even closer. The one misstep I think he made was the engine of the ancients on the Torosaur, because he's using Protean magic, so that's gonna it's only gonna affect one spell if he uses it to lower the casting cost of 1 lore.
Yeah.
Not the most efficient combination, but also he can use it to do the 5-up Aegis bubble for get shooting.
Right, yeah. Give him the save. Yep.
Rope?
So, yeah, I look at it. It's very magic heavy. He's leaning on the magic side. He's got the Saurian Warlord to give a little umph in hand to hand. Dude, the Temple Guard. I mean, they're strength 6 that strike at agility. I didn't even realize that till I played them again. But yeah, they're
strength 6, but only AP 1. But
true.
AP 1 would kill him.
Yeah, but he's got the rending banner, so good. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, Cobalt Club or whatever it's called. Yes. So I like the Temple Guard. I want to say they have a 3+ armor save too, but I could. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Mystic Traveler on the Stygiosaur. It's a lot of points to put into it, but the way that he has it set up, he has the attribute spell or the number 1 spell, or whatever, which is the
Awaken the Beast. Awaken the Beast.
Well, no, the magic missile.
Oh, the hereditary, the Spark of Creation.
Yeah, Sparker, which is D6 strength 5 or D6 strength 6.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can cast that twice. That doesn't suck. But it's a lot of points to put in just to get that an extra time. I tried it with the Mystic Traveler a couple of times. I felt like you don't really want to put him in hand to hand because he doesn't have the stand power. So you kind of keep him at.
It depends, because if you cast shamanism spells with him, he gets the attribute, so he'd only be wounded on a 5-up. So you want to put him into low number of attacks, high strength.
Right. There's some tactics to it. I with my list, I went with druidism because I had a lot of monsters. So I need the point. I need to get the health back, the wounds back. So I didn't have the option of the shamanism, but I didn't like the Stygiusaur. I mean, he's going with a lot of magic heavy here, so it may work out for him.
Yeah.
I do like the snake swarms. Is that excellent chaff, dude? And I found that out the hard way last year, but excellent chaff. It's a pretty solid list. I like it.
All right, let's go on to the last list, which is Mr. Josh Gurin. Oh my goodness. Tell us about your list.
How often do you find people that are good looking and talented? It's fucking rare.
There's so few of us, Josh. There's so few of us, man.
There are very few of us. So the way I came by this list is I was trying to play demons, and I was trying hard to play demons. Really trying to play demons. I couldn't play demons. Every time my style is just like, hey, look at and then just charge out. Right? So I cannot help it. I've tried to help it. I can't help it. So apparently I see a shiny ball and I go after it. And that's just I've accepted that part about myself. So I had to stop playing the finesse army of the demons, and I realized that I could take characters in the warriors army that would essentially function just like my demons were functioning, and just do that instead. And now they're wearing armor. So basically I have a demons list with like a bunch of armor. So I got the big super beef 12-pack Feldrak Ancestor. I was trying forever to make
that supernatural dexterity should be on the paired weapons, right? Not on the hand weapon.
It's correct. I don't know what that's doing there.
Just a typo.
It's super dex on the paired weapons. And for them, I was running them with the symbol of slaughter, but why give +1 to hit when you can just hit on 2s instead of 3s, and it's kind of the same thing. So I figured that was even. And it made him 20 points cheaper, and I'm at, I get 2,025 character points, and I used 2,025 character points. So
sound like John over there.
So I was trying to make the Chosen Lord with the Entropic Aura work, and I just couldn't. I mean, I just couldn't. I tried everything. I tried it like 3 times. So I finally gave up and made him a little bit combat-y with the Greed and the Immortal Gauntlets.
He's great, but the Chosen Lord on the Chimera he's so fast. He marches 20.
He's super fast, and he can't fly because, Feldrak Ancestor, so none of that. We're not having that. Those wings are clipped because I'm larger than you are. Stop talking, right? But I realized that if you put the Luck of the Dark Gods together with Talisman of Shielding, you can have a 4-up Aegis.
Yep.
So that was how that happened. That's what finally broke me on Entropic Aura. Like,
all right.
So he runs around, and he's not going to kill. He ain't going to kill no Dwarf King, right? But he may try. And so the obligatory sorcerer with occultism sitting on top of a war dice with a Veil Walker and Talisman of the Void for an extra pip. Just sitting in the back,
pew 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 pew.
Yeah, it's not exactly pew 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 because they sting.
How many models is this, Josh? How many models is this?
How many models is my list?
Yeah.
Well, I added the 15 barbarians at the last minute instead of the 5 Forsaken.
Yeah.
So they're not Forsaken. What do they call them? Fallen. Instead of the 5 Fallen.
Yeah, Fallen.
So okay. I needed one more scoring unit. I couldn't handle it. So they don't fight for Squizot, but they exist and they score. So and then I did the 18 warriors with Sloth and Halberd and Rending Banner because that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Chosen,
I'm doing the Chosen, and I kept the Rending Banner. Everybody's telling me to just on the Chosen with Sloth. Everybody's telling me to use Banner of the Relentless Company and just stick them up in the front and call it even. I didn't want to. I like toughness 5. I'm gonna stick with that. So they'll be marching in an orderly fashion, and then Pliny the Feldrak Elder with his buddy Grubbles the Forsaken one. So
so by my Billy count, this is 44 models is what I'm looking at right here.
I think
I try to keep it under 50. If If your model count
if you
exceeds
had
your
gone,
age, you start to have problems.
if you had gone with the Fallen, it would have been 34 models.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, would have been problematic. But it is an easy army to travel with. You got to give me that.
True.
Hey,
you can fly with
that's
that army.
When you start going coast to coast, yeah, you start looking for what can go without getting broken. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, man. Yeah.
So, so this is literally my Demon's army as a Warrior's army. Like, I get to run around the sides, and I get to charge straight ahead, and I get to worry about very little, and it suits my style of play quite well.
So let's weigh in with Pike first. Pike's still listening. What do you got here, Pike, on these two? And pay no attention to Josh being on the line.
Yeah, give him no credit. Come on now.
That's
No one
fine.
else does.
Basically, what I see in this list is I need to fight Josh and just have some kind of giant monster fight for the championship.
For the crown.
Wow, they already
Yeah.
count themselves in round 5. Look at that, man. Wow.
Round 5.
Yeah. We're going to have that guy from Godzilla stand in the background just going, let them fight.
Yeah.
As our dragons and Feldrax go at it for 5 rounds.
I can make you a promise. I'll be drunker than you are.
Well, we can try.
So,
But I like the list a lot. I mean, big giant death monsters, you sold me with that.
All right. But who's your pick for who's going to win?
what you got, John?
Oh, the giant death monsters, of course.
So one vote for Josh. Josh, we know you're voting for yourself.
I need more specificity than that. He's got giant death monsters too. Eric does.
Bro, who you got?
You know, man, Josh has got the small army list, 44 models there. Rainey's a longtime veteran player. He's got some chaff. He's got some stuff that I think can be problematic, at least get you out of the way for a turn or two. His magic is going to help him some. Me, I've never been afraid of the Feldrax. They've never been an issue for me, but that may just be me. Yeah, I think it's a close one. I would lean towards Josh on this one, though.
All right. That's what, 3 votes for Josh? Jeez.
I'm surprised. I was sure you were going there.
I'm going for Eric for 2 reasons. 1, I just want to throw it in Josh's face, and 2, I think he's got some real chances against Josh because I think they're both gonna rush to the center board and start grinding, and I think Eric might have a better chance if he gets the magic up.
Which
has nothing to do with your 65 years of playing.
And plus,
Saurian.
it's Saurian Ancients. Come on now.
True.
All right, so Josh gets the overall vote there, but
watch out.
I think that's all the matchups, right? There you go. Yeah.
Well, you have
we have one more list that I didn't get it from you, Ro, so I don't think we can review it right now.
Yeah, and I know that we're sitting here doing this. I completely forgot to send it to you, but he's playing Undying Dynasties, and unfortunately, he's playing the Ringer. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on his name now, but he's coming up from Wichita.
Sean Mooney.
No, I'm talking about the Ringer.
Oh, okay.
David Zeller. He's coming up for the day. He's going to play the Ringer on Saturday. I'm hoping to have somebody else on Sunday. If not, I'll sit in and do it. What would be ideal, obviously, is if we had one more sign up, and then we could just keep it even. And I'm not throwing shade at you, Kenny. I know that. But so he's got Undying Dynasties. His list looked pretty solid. I've only had a handful of games against Undying Dynasties, but I completely forgot to send it to you. But like I said, he's playing against the Ringer. So the way that I do it in my GTs, if you play the Ringer and you win normally, then you get those points. If you somehow manage to get beat by the Ringer, then you still get 10 points. That's
you can't lose to the Ringer. I like that rule.
That's how I've always done it. Back in the day, Bells was the Ringer. That's when we almost got in that fight, and he was kicking everybody's ass, 19-1, 20-0, and I was like, dude, like you're the Ringer, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
Ringer. Yeah, he's just there to have fun and play the last guy in the list.
Yeah. So we'll see what he's got to do. I'm hoping, man, some magic strikes here in the next couple of days. Somebody else signs up and we make it even. What I will say is, Kenya, man, thank you for doing this, man. I know it ran a little bit longer than we thought, but it's awesome, man. Dude, this weekend is going to be fun. Josh, man, I look forward to seeing you soon. I got a shot as soon as you get there on Friday, man. We're gonna have the tables set up. We're going to have the drinks flowing. It's going to be a great weekend, man. And just so you know, I think I sent to everybody, but the consensus was barbecue. So we are doing Billy Sims on Saturday. It's going to be an awesome weekend. Kenyon, I wish that you could be there, man. I understand you got your stuff going on. We'll see you for Wicked, though, for sure, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely want to plug Wicked. What are the dates on Wicked?
It's May 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Is the tournament in Wichita, Kansas. It's run by the guy who was just on the line, Rob. I will be there for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just as good as this tournament. And I am having so much FOMO about this tournament. It's killing me. I want to go so bad, but I can't. So thank you too for being on the call. Thanks everyone who jumped on and jumped off. Hey, if you like the channel, like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe. And you two guys, good luck on the tournament.
Yeah, man.
Plans to win.
Josh, I'm gonna send out the shuttle to everybody, the number, so you guys get it, so y'all can get the shuttle as soon as you land, man. I'll be there. Looking forward to seeing you on Friday. All right, dude. Kenyon,
good time.
I'll see you soon, dude. All right, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you dudes again, man. Miss y'all dudes. Love y'all, man. All right.
All right. Take it easy. Everyone have a good night.
See y'all.